how to find land, how to negotiate land, and how to find developers in order for you to be able to make a profit. Let's get into this. What's up, everybody? It's Jamel Gibbs, your family-oriented entrepreneur. Welcome to another video. Just to give you a general idea of what wholesaling is, you're typically finding a discounted property, you're contracting a discounted property, and then you're gonna sell your contract for a profit. You're not selling the property because you don't own the property. So just to put that in layman's terms, let's just say you found a property that's worth $50,000, meaning that's the market value of the property today. You were able to negotiate with the seller to get that property under contract for $25,000. Then you turn around and found somebody that was interested in purchasing your contract for $35,000. That would in turn give you a $10,000 wholesale fee. All right, so that's what wholesaling is in a nutshell. You never take ownership of a property. You don't need cash or credit or anything like that in order to make money on the property. There's two different ways to wholesale. The first way is to find the buyers first, and that typically works well in a buyer's market. So as of the time that we're shooting this video right now, we're stepping into a buyer's market. We're not typically in a buyer's market right now, but we're heading that way as interest rates go up and prices start to level off. The other way that you can wholesale is to find the sellers first. Then once you have the deal, find your buyer. Typically that works well in a seller's market. So again, you find the sellers first in a seller's market, and you find the buyers first in the buyer's market. And that will allow you to wholesale that piece of property or that contract effectively. So let's talk about the three main things that you need to understand in order to wholesale land effectively. What we're gonna do is focus on finding the seller first right now. And you can mix and match this any way that you want, all right? 1 and 3 can be played around with based on the market condition. So in order to find the sellers first, what we typically do, what works well for us is direct mail. So basically, for those of you who don't know what direct mail is, it's basically sending out a postcard or some type of yellow letter with a message on it that you have to send to a property owner in order to get them to respond. So what we do is we'll send a postcard or a handwritten yellow letter to a list of landowners that are local to the area. The reason why this is so effective is because landowners aren't bombarded all the time with marketing pieces from other investors. So the same message that you would send to a list of house owners, you can send to a list of landowners and get a much higher response rate just because they're not being bombarded, and you're able to get a lot more deals. The message that works out really well for me is something that we made up, and we use this simultaneously with houses and vacant land. We'll say something like, "Hi, my name is Jamel Gibbs, and I want to make you a cash offer on your property located at 123 Main Street. If you want to discuss things further, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to you in more detail." Those messages work really well for us in our local market. Now, a couple of things that you want to keep in mind with the types of land that you can target. You can target land for mobile home parks. You can target residential land, buildable lots, raw land, industrial land, commercial land. There's a ton of different land opportunities out there. You have to see what's actually selling in your market. I'll tell you that the easiest land that we wholesale is residential land. And typically it's gonna be infill lots. And what an infill lot is, it's basically a buildable lot. It's a lot that has water run into it, all the utilities run into it. That particular lot is build ready. You can literally go on the land and start building a house. Infill lots are typically what spec home builders are looking for. Now, typically an investor or a builder would pay more for infill lots than they would for raw land. The reason for that is because with raw land, you gotta go out and you gotta spend the money in order to get it prepped for the houses. So again, we use direct mail in order to be able to contact property owners, in order to be able to see if they're interested in selling us the land. An easy way to pull a list is through my Investor Deal Pro software. And if you go into the left-hand column where it says Lead Pipes Premium, and you go under Property Leads, and then under Property Leads, let's just say you're focusing on, let's just say Charlotte, North Carolina. What you can do under all lead types is focus on absentee owners, maybe free and clear, and then under all owner types, you can focus on all, and then under the property types, you deselect single family, deselect condo, deselect townhouse, multi apartment, and you simply focus on selecting land, and you deselect other as well. And you click on done. Then when you hit search, you'll see that in the Charlotte area alone, I got 7,679 results for vacant land in the area. Well, let's just say we wanted to focus on individual and trust. And you can see that number went down to 3,294 pieces of land available. Let's say we remove trust just to narrow it down a little bit more. And these are individuals that own land free and clear. They're absentee owners, obviously, because nobody can live on the land. There's a little over 3,000 of them in the area. And what we would do is take this list, we'll skip trace it right here. We'll go ahead and send them a postcard in order to be able to contact them. Once these landowners start to contact us, then what we want to do is get some basic information on the land. We want to find out what type of land it is, what it's zoned for, how much they're asking for the land, what's the least amount that they'll take, how much land is there available. Now, step number 2 is to negotiate a decent price for the land. Now, the general rule of thumb that you want to keep in mind when it comes to making an offer on land is typically you want to be about 10, maybe 15% of what new construction homes are going for in the area. So let's just say that you have a builder who's building homes right now and they're selling their homes for $500,000. Typically, they'll buy the land from you for $50,000 to even upwards of $100,000 in order to be able to make things work. It's your job to be able to negotiate a price lower than that. So you have to do your research. One thing that you want to realize about real estate is very local. You can't really go off of a national scale because every market is different. So step number 1, find the properties. Step number 2 is to negotiate the properties. Step number 3 is to find the buyers in order to be able to sell these properties too. When it comes to finding the buyers in order to buy these properties from me, what I typically do is I like to focus on building relationships with local builders. Sometimes I'll have regional and larger builders that will purchase from me as well. But you want to focus on the easy to find, easy to communicate with builders in your area. The easiest way to do that is to go to Zillow.com. Let me show you exactly how it works. So when you go to Zillow, let's just say that we wanted to find property builders in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. What I would do is pull up Winston-Salem. I would go to the for sale section, and under for sale, I'm gonna make sure that new construction is the only thing that's selected. You can see everything else is deselected. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and click on done. I'm gonna leave price alone. I'm gonna leave bed and baths alone. I'm gonna make sure that houses is selected under home type, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on done as well. Under more, I'm gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says days on Zillow, and I just wanna select 30 days on market and go ahead and click on done. And as you can see, there's several communities that actually popped up, and if I hover over these, I can find out who the property sellers are. So for example, let's just say that I selected this particular property at Cliffdale Woods where it has 17 properties available. If I scroll down under the description under Zillow, I can find out exactly who the builder is. It's Shugart Homes, a division of Mungo Homes, and then we have their telephone number right there. So that's one builder that I can contact right away. If I go out and I go to another community, let's just say that this one right here, Freebird Village, there's 19 homes available. If I scroll down, I can see that Keystone Homes owns this one. All right, so I can contact them and see if they're interested in purchasing more land. And I can go through each of these and do the same exact things. So as you can see, it's really simple to find property builders in order to wholesale land to. All you have to do is find the land, negotiate the land, pay less than 10% of what houses are actually selling for, new construction wise, And then find the builders, build a relationship with them, send them an email, text message them, build that relationship with them, build up your local buyers list. Don't expect a ton of local builder buyers on your buyers list. You probably only do business with a handful of them, but they'll buy up all of the land that you need in order to be able to make a healthy living as a land wholesaler. So that's a step-by-step approach to wholesaling land. Really easy, really simple process. I hope you benefited from. If you did, do me a favor, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell. Let me know what else you guys want to see on this channel, and I'll be sure to put that content together for you. See you guys on the next one. Peace.